I always believed in my wife, Rachel. She had recently joined the police force, and her dedication impressed me. Nights became lonelier, but I understood. Her shifts were unpredictable, sometimes stretching into double or triple hours. I told myself it was all part of her commitment to keeping the city safe. But one night, the unease started gnawing at me. She'd return later than usual, smelling faintly of perfume that wasn't haze. Her phone was always face down, notifications hidden, and the stories about emergency cases never matched with what I heard on the news. Curiosity turned into suspicion. I began tracing her phone location subtly, checking her social media interactions, and watching her car. That's when I saw it. Her night shift often took her straight to an upscale apartment complex downtown, not the precinct. And she wasn't alone. Heart pounding, I decided to follow her the next night. She entered the building with a smile that once used to be reserved only for me. Peeking through the blinds, I saw her meeting a man I didn't recognize. She handed over documents, laughing lightly, clearly in control. These weren't police files. They were building plans, contracts, and confidential documents. My own wife, sworn to protect the law, was helping someone manipulate it. I felt a mixture of rage and betrayal. How could she use a badge as a shield while betraying me and the people she promised to save? But I didn't confront her immediately. No, I waited. I collected evidence, screenshots, recordings, proof of her double life. Then came the day I made my move. I leaked her illicit activities to the precinct anonymously, watched the internal investigation unfold, and finally revealed to her that I knew everything. The look on her face when the truth hit her was indescribable. Shock, fear, regret, all mixed into one. She realized that night that her lies, her secret dealings, and her betrayal had consequences. And as I walked away, finally free from the web she'd spun, I understood something essential. Revenge isn't always about hurting someone back. It's about reclaiming your power, exposing the truth, and never letting betrayal slide. Rachel tried to act normal the next morning, pretending nothing had happened. She smiled, brewed coffee, and even joked about her stressful night shift. But I was done pretending. I let her feel the tension, the cold distance that replaced the warmth she once knew. She started sending messages, calling me, even leaving notes in the house. "I can explain," she wrote. "It's not what you think." But I had already seen everything, every hidden meeting, every secret document exchange. Her lies had layers, and I'd peeled them all back. Then came the public humiliation. I made sure her colleagues and superiors saw the proof of her betrayal. The look on her face during the internal review was priceless. All the authority she had flaunted, the respect she demanded, crumbled instantly. Her badge couldn't protect her anymore. But I didn't stop there. I confronted the man she'd been helping, the one benefiting from her deceit. He was smug, thinking he was untouchable. A few discreet calls, some well-placed evidence leaks, and suddenly his empire of manipulation began to fall. The man who thought he was untouchable now faced consequences. Rachel finally came to me, desperate, tears in her eyes, begging for forgiveness. But by then, I had learned something crucial. Forgiveness isn't for the betrayer, it's for the one who was hurt. And I had my closure. My revenge wasn't just exposing her. It was reclaiming my life, my dignity, and my peace of mind. That night, I looked at the city skyline, free from lies, betrayal, and deception. Rachel would have to live with the consequences of her actions, but I had reclaimed my story. And in that silence, I finally felt victorious. Weeks passed. Life seemed calmer, but a shadow of unease lingered. Then Rachel appeared at my door one rainy evening, drenched and desperate. Her uniform hung loosely, her badge glinting faintly under the porch light. "Please," she whispered, "I made a mistake. I need you. We can fix this together." I didn't answer immediately. I let the rain soak her, let her feel the weight of every lie, every betrayal she had orchestrated. She tried to touch my hand, but I pulled back. "You think it's that easy?" I asked. "After everything you've done?" She knelt, pleading, promising loyalty, honesty, even love. But I had seen the truth. Trust, once broken, isn't repaired with words or tears. I let her stay there, shivering in the rain, while I watched her finally confront the consequences of her choices. Meanwhile, her partner in crime had been exposed, arrested, and his empire crumbled. Her colleagues no longer whispered her name with respect. They avoided her, suspicious of every move she made. And I realized something crucial. Revenge isn't about humiliation. It's about watching someone confront reality they tried to hide from the world. I closed the door gently, feeling no guilt. Rachel's chance of redemption was Hayes' to claim, but I had already reclaimed my life. I stepped inside, locking away the past. The betrayal had left its mark, but so had my resilience. I had won, not by anger, but by patience, planning, and staying true to myself. And as I sat by the window, listening to the rain, I knew one thing. Some lessons are learned the hard way, and some betrayals are permanent. But your strength, your dignity, and your power to rise above, those are forever.